Hey YouTube, welcome back to Luke's Amateur Hour. Something a little bit different. Today, I'm going to show you how to fix some power cables. So I had a surge protector, you can see it right there. The tip of it got all jacked up on me. I actually had to chop off the tip and put a new end on it. Just the tip, mind you. So I figured I've done this before to this actual thing, and I cannibalized the tip for my grinder, which I had to fix the grinder, but I got to put a new tip on there. Figured I'd show you guys how I do that, and it's really not complicated at all. And these things, thank you Harbor Freight, it's $1.99. You can buy them at Lowe's and Home Depot for $4 or $5, I think, but we'll crack it open, see if it's worth anything at all. But for $1.99, it's definitely better than spending 30 bucks on a new surge protector or something like that if the tip is all messed up on you. So it's really pretty straightforward. There are directions in there. Like I said, this ain't my first rodeo here, so I'm just gonna have at it, and we'll see how useful that is. See, that's why I like the little trays here. So it uses a Phillips #1 for the screws, which my Weehaw, pretty nice little screwdriver. I'm actually impressed with it. More impressed now than I was when I originally opened it up. So you can see if you open her up, it goes in, I think, just one way, but you just have 3 terminals, and so white or silver goes to white, black and gold, black and bronze or whatever, copper, whatever, green and green. So green is ground, and then your black and white wires just go over here. Now I will point out that the Harbor Freight cable end here doesn't seem as nice as the Home Depot version I had. And the Home Depot one actually it was bright orange, so it was actually, I kind of like that, the coloring on the Home Depot one, but yeah, it is what it is. So we took off the front, and what I need to do is the cable is going to feed through the back here, so I need to get this over the cable end. Pretty nice that the whole thing here is using just the same exact fastener. It's all Phillips #1s, so I'm not using 3 or 4 different screwdrivers here, which is pretty nice. I got them all in case I need them, but I don't think I'll need them. So you just feed her through, and we're gonna, not big enough. Hole ain't big enough. Just gonna feed her through. There we go. Throw that all the way down there. And then I have my 3 cables. I've already stripped them, cut the wire and stripped them. For something like this, it's kind of a pain because the shielding is really thick on this, and the wires themselves are like molded into the shielding. So it was a bit of a pain getting this trimmed up and trimmed back, and then cutting those out. A pair of these are going to help you with that. This is like the consumer version. If you have a nicer pair of the electrician's ones, they're actually really nice as well. So I might actually have to cut this a little bit, but we'll see here. So I'm just going to start with one of them. Anyone, pick one. I'm going to pick the white. Get the other ones out of the way. Get our black one bent there as well. And then it's a little weird. I want to make sure that you guys can see this as I do this. So it's actually, what you want to do is you want to feed your wire in here. Let's see, I'll refocus. You want to feed your wire in here, down around the screw, the fastener in there. And same thing, you want to feed your wire in and around, in and around. And the little thing has a clip on it. So I got a feeling I'm going to be fighting this, and you guys are going to watch me live. So this is going to be exciting. Figure out the best way to approach this, because there's really not much of an opening to feed this into. And you want to make sure that this is all twisted up properly. You don't want flyers. You don't want pieces of hot or neutral or grounded copper flopping out so that another section can actually hit it. So yeah, I'm not loving that connection, but that might be sufficient. I'll lock that one down. We'll see if this works. I'm not running a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not running a whole bunch of amps out of this. I ran it the wrong way. So that's the other thing. You want to make sure that you run the wire so that as you screw in your fastener, the fastener will draw the wire in. In this case, I want to run it down into the bottom so that as I turn the fastener this way, if it grabs the wire, it's going to turn it in. Grab it and pull it in. So we're going to just try it this way, and we'll see if this is going to feel sufficient or not. And then for the other side, we're going to just pop it in the top, because again, fasteners go clockwise. This isn't some reverse thread trick drill bit or anything like that. So pop that in the top. Jeez. I don't know why I'm shaking. I'm more than one beer deep here. And then the ground. So, let's see. And now the cable becomes a little bit unwieldy just because of the thickness of the cable itself. And it's actually a little bit long, my ground. So I'm going to snip this off. This is not the best. I got my channel locks here, my dikes. Trim it up a little bit, and then to the right is going to be this side. I apologize if I'm doing this and you can't actually see it. This video is maybe not even going to make it to the internet because of how poor the angles might be. I don't know. We'll see when I review it. See if it's worth putting up. Oh, come on. I also got to make sure I don't get my arms in the way or anything like that so you can actually see it. Okay, so we got the ground in there. Make sure that's in there. Okay, so we'll get you close. Geez, that's zoom. Yeah, like I said, I've had a beer or two. So you can see that I've got the ground in there, the black on the bronze, and then the white on the white. They're locked in there pretty well, but you want to make sure that there's never any tension on these fasteners, right? You never want tension on those. And so when you do this, let me get this right. Okay. You want to make sure that you get the housing built up correctly. And let me, so, geez, keep going to the wrong thing here. I do like these Weha screwdrivers. It's actually pretty nice. I've contemplated getting more of them, but I got a list of other stuff that I want. I want some impact sockets and some other stuff before I go go spending 30 bucks on another set of screwdrivers. I've got probably, yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to count the number of screwdrivers I have. It's a little ridiculous at this point. So that's about it. I mean, I'm at what, 10 minutes now on the video here? I'm going to be wrapping this up momentarily, but that's it. It's all connected inside of there. So this, what I just screwed in, connects the prongs to the housing, and now you want to make sure that you've got your strain relief cable. This is actually what keeps your cable from pulling on the stuff, the copper that's connected to the prongs. So you want to make sure that this, of all things, is good and tight. And you want to make sure that you don't want to crimp it, but you want it to be really firm on there. And maybe you crimp it. I don't know. Better to crimp it than to have it pull on a piece of copper in there and short something out. So there we go. That's it. New plug on my outlet. And let's see. Check it out. Infinite energy. That's a perpetual motion machine right there. If I have a few more of these, I'll believe that. Anyway, this is Luke's Amateur Hour. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a little bit more of this stuff. So if you think it's cool, if you like it, if you want to see what I got coming up, go ahead and subscribe. Like if you like this, dislike if you think I'm a moron, which is entirely possible. Otherwise, leave a comment. Tell me what I did wrong. I might actually rewire this to make those wires onto the prong connections a little more solid, but yeah, we'll see how lazy I am. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, YouTube. You guys have a great night, and cheers. I'm Luke. I'm an amateur. This one didn't even take 12 minutes. Have a good night.